Can you make sure that he can get through there? And they're coming through here, and something happens to them. They get transformed. So be ready for that. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, we're all amateurs and we're just reading. When Pam here is our narrator, and the angel Gabriel will appear in a moment.
When do we start?
Right now.
Oh, I'm ready, everybody.
Okay, get going. Can they hear you around the tree?
Yeah.
We're not talking.
Okay, the story has been told for centuries now. The story of Gaspar, Melchior, and Balthazar, and the gifts they brought to the newborn king, and of how they saw the star and followed it for weeks, across mountain and valley and desert. In stately procession, on their swaying beasts, they came and placed their treasures at the feet of the infant Saviour. And what were their gifts? Ah, you say, everyone knows that. They brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So since the earliest days, the story has been told. But there you are wrong. The story is incomplete. You see, the story was told by those who had seen the wise men on their journey, and by those who stood by in wonderment as the wise men dismounted from their weary camels and strode to the door of the roof stable. They watched as the wise men held their jeweled caskets high before them. That much the world saw, and so the story has been told. But that is not the whole story. And if you listen very carefully and very quietly, you shall hear the rest of it. You shall hear what happened when the wise men entered the stable, and you shall learn the secret of the gifts. The first of the three visitors to approach the stable was Gaspar. His cloak was of the finest velvet, trimmed with flawless fur. At his waist and throat were clusters of gems, for Gaspar was a wealthy man. Those who watched saw only that he paused at the stable door. He praised. They whispered to one another as they saw Gaspar's lips move, but they were mistaken. They could not see that it was the angel Gabriel guarding the holy place before whom Gaspar stopped.
And who are you?
Gabriel asked in a voice that was firm but not unkind.
I am Gaspar, and I come to worship the king.
All who enter here must bring a gift. Have you a gift?
Indeed I have.
And he held out a finely wrought box. It was small, yet so heavy that his arms could hardly raise it.
I have brought bars of pure gold.
Your gift must be the essence of yourself. It must be something precious to your soul.
Such have I brought.
So shall it be.
And Gabe smiled as he held the door for Gaspar to enter. And there, before the rough board wall of the stable, lay the king he had travelled so far to see. The light of the lamp fell across the tiny face and glinted back from the dark, bright eyes. In the shadows sat the parents, motionless and silent. And beyond them, Gaspar sensed the presence of the sheep and oxen who stood their reverent watch. Gaspar advanced a step, and then another. He was just about to kneel and lay his gold before the child when he stopped and stood erect. There in his outstretched hands lay not gold, but a hammer. Its scarred and blackened head was larger than a man's fist, and its handle was of sinewy wood as long as a man's forearm.
But...
Gaspar stammered as he stared dumbfounded at the heavy tool, and then softly from behind him he heard the voice of Gabriel.
So shall it be, and so it is. You have brought the essence of yourself.
A hammer? What foul magic is this?
None but the magic of truth. What you hold in your hands is the hammer of your greed. You have used it to pound wealth from those who labor so that you may live in luxury. Your arms ache with its weight. You must leave it here or it will destroy you.
And suddenly Gaspar knew the truth. Bowed with shame, he turned toward the door to leave. But Gabriel blocked his way.
Oh, sorry. No, you have not offered your gift.
Give this. I cannot give it to a king.
But you must. That is why you came. And you cannot take it back with you. It is too heavy. You have carried it for many years, and even now your arms ache with its weight. You must leave it here, or it will destroy you.
And once again, Gaspar knew that the angel spoke the truth, but still he protested.
Why, the hammer is far too heavy. Why, the child cannot lift this hammer.
He is the only one who can.
But it is dangerous. He might bruise his hands or his feet.
That worry you must leave to heaven. The hammer shall find its place.
Slowly Gaspar turned to where the Christ child lay, and slowly he placed the ugly hammer at the baby's feet. Then he rose and turned to the door, pausing only for an instant to look back at the tiny Savior before he rushed outside. The waiting world saw only the smile that wreathed Gaspar's face as he emerged from the stable. His hands were raised, as though the wings of angels graced his fingers. That much the world saw, and so the story is told. Next to step to the door of the stable was Melchior, the learned Melchior. He was not so resplendent as Gaspar, for he wore the darker robes of the scholar. But the length of his beard and the furrows in his brow bespoke one who had lived long with the wisdom of the ages. A hush fell over the onlookers as he too paused before the door. But only Melchior could see the angel who stood guard. Only Melchior could hear him speak.
What have you brought?
I bring frankincense, the fragrance of hidden lands and bygone days.
Your gift must be something precious to your soul.
Of course it is.
Then enter, and we shall see.
And Gabriel opened the door. Melchior stood breathless before the scene within. In all his many years of searching for elusive truth, he had never sensed such a presence as this. He knelt reverently, and from beneath his robe he withdrew the silver flask of precious ointment. But then he drew back and stared. The vessel in his hand was not silver at all. It was common clay, rough and stained